highly anticipated.
Wait, hold on, because I was going like that because my armpits were sweaty.
Ready? And we're coming at you with the highly anticipated couple series featuring the real Katherin Rojas and myself,
That's me.
Eddie Soto official.
No, that's me. That's him. You know?
We're gonna go ahead and start by answering some of the questions that the audience and our supporters are asking us.
You guys have been asking for this series for such a long time, and your prayers have been answered today. So make sure to be subscribed, like this video, and let us know what more do you want to know about our relationship, because you guys are going to get to know us on a very personal level. So let's get started. What is like to be with an former crime gangster?
What are you saying, man?
Ex-convict and former crime gangster.
That's the question.
Yeah.
Ex-convict and former. Okay, so that's the question for you.
Oh, then why are you laughing at me?
Because I know what you said. You said
my bad, guys. Sorry. Okay, so the question, let's repeat the question again, unless you got confused over there back home. All right, so the question is, what is it like to be with an ex-convict and former, I can't say that.
You said it right.
Okay. Former
gangster. You said ex-convict already.
Ex-convict. Former.
Unless they wrote former ex-gangster. It's either one or the other, because former and ex mean the same thing.
Well, I don't know. That was the question.
We know the question. Let's just answer it now.
Okay, so to be honest with you guys,
she like that shit. That's just her being.
No, I mean, no, it's not that I like that shit.
She love that shit.
Listen, are you answering the question or I'm answering the question?
It took too long, so I had to step in.
No. Guys, it's not like I opened the encyclopedia book and was like, today I'm gonna go and find an ex-convict, what did it say, former crime gangster? It kind of just happened. Was it a scary thing at first? Yeah, of course it was, because the closest that I've come to the lifestyle is like from movies, right? Like that's the closest that I've come to it.
It's not close at all.
Right. At first, obviously, I'm just like, damn, like that's scary. Like, what can this relationship, lead to? Also, Eddie was always very upfront with everything, which that was like very surprising. Like, he was not sugarcoating anything. He was not hiding anything. He was like, this is what it is, ready to put it all like down for me to like get to know and understand. And he was very open with that. Which that was another scary part, because he has so much shit that he was like just willing to tell me, that I was just like, oh my God, this is a lot of stuff. The way he is today, I can't relate to the stories that he used to tell me or the things that he used to tell me, because I'm like, I can't even see that. And it's crazy because yesterday, and this is just like a little example, yesterday his dad was like going down the memory lane and he was like, remember this thing and remember this thing and remember this thing. And he's like, yeah, dad, and he was bringing back his memories, and I'm hearing these stories and I'm like, that's you? It's just kind of like unreal. I just can't relate it to the version that he is today and how hard he has worked to be who he is today, that when those stories are brought up and he's like engaging with those stories and he's like, yeah, I remember this and this and this and that. I was like, I mean, do you? Was that your life? Like, do you live those situations? Does that make sense?
Yeah, let me make this clear, right? When I met Kat and I did volunteer this information, this is before it hit the media, before Cartel Crew, before social media. As a matter of fact, I just started to come out that at the end of last year, just a few months ago. And I only volunteered all this information because I didn't want her to find out something later on down the line. So I really only fed her enough for her to know how serious I was in that life, right? And then when we do talk about it, like yesterday, for example, again, my dad was bringing up stories of how shit was really fucking wild. It's simply to just see how far we came from, not to glorify it or
yeah. They were like, damn, remember that time when X, Y, and Z happened? And he's like, yeah, I remember that time. And it was just like, and then they kind of sit in the moment where it's like, damn, yeah, I remember that time, look where we're at now, type of conversation. Not like, remember that time, damn, yeah, man, I remember that time, it was like the best time of my life. No, it was nothing like that.
The worst form that you can ever start a conversation is with those two words. Remember when. When you are reminiscing, when you are thinking back at times or in moments of your life where you're like, fuck, man, that shit was like wild time of my life. It's just to see how far I came, and it's a fucking blessing. But be honest, right? Be honest for the audience.
Okay.
And this is a very biased question because women, and I'm telling you guys, right, all the women watching, I know there's a lot of men watching this too, but for the women watching this, you guys like a bad guy. Now, the flip side to that is that not all bad guys are all the way on this side. They're not all being good now. It's very rare to find someone who's been through the shit that I've been through and it's not addicted to a drug, who is not still, you know, giving away charity dick, who's not fucking doing, I don't know, some illegal shit, right? Think at the beginning, before it became something serious, that's what attracted you. You know, was kind of like the bad guy vibe.
All right, but you answering the question?
It was very intriguing. I'm answering it from a guy's perspective.
Oh, okay, he's answering from a guy's perspective.
To the women watching, but the guys can agree. Can y'all not?
I mean, can y'all agree? I'm answering the question the way I feel. If you want to answer the question you feel, then that's fine. I told Eddie when we first met that before anything, I used to want to be an undercover detective. Do you remember when I told you that shit?
And that's why this shit intrigues you.
So look, it's not that
it's like that story of the detective that came over to this side and, you know,
no, guys,
met the family, the mafia.
No, I always like, don't you guys like watching stories or listening to crime stories?
Right. Not necessarily the bad guy. They just like the bad boy story.
No, I'll tell you what, damn, wait, what's
up? Can we admit something? Give them something.
I'm giving you guys something. I'm giving you everything.
Give them something.
What it is, guys, I love the version that he is, where he's changed completely his mindset. But then I love that I can feel protected because I feel safe around him. So whether it was his bad in the days that, you know, got him to be as protective as he is or whatever it is, it's that. I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh, it's because he used to be. It's
Chica. The eyes don't lie. So when you look at my eyes, you be like, and you grab me. You remember that time last weekend? Okay, no, that's not for this, right?
Oh my God.
That's
okay,
her side.
I hope I answered the question for you guys. I mean, that's really
That was a good answer.
Yeah, I feel like that's as truthfully as it is. I mean,
yeah, I want you to drop it in the comments. Drop it in the comments below on what you guys.
Yeah, what do you guys want to go more in depth with, or what details do you want, or
what
do
are
you
your
agree
thoughts?
with him or me, or what do you agree? But
or what? Yeah, right. Who do you agree with? What are your thoughts?
Yeah.
We want to get to know that because I know there's more to it.
Yeah, so let us know
what it is to be with an ex-con and a former gangster. Episode number 1. Cut.